Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'll give y'all some time to tune in. First things first, hope everybody is having a blessed and productive Monday so far. Hopefully everybody has gotten to their destinations, whether it's work or family or whatever. I do want to take the time out to thank those who popped in the live last night. I'm gonna be building on a few little things this morning. First things first, I do want to build on is I want people to understand this and understand this good about my platform. I have no issues with anybody coming up on the panel speaking on certain topics. Then there are going to be some topics where it's just not going to resonate with some people. So, but these are conversations that need to be had. Yo, still salute my guy. Top of the morning. But I don't want anybody to get it twisted neither. This family that I built is a strong, loving family, regardless to what. And I'm going to maintain that. I'm going to always maintain that part. If I felt I wanted any more division, I would have just made it a specific channel and that's it. But I know our people are builders and can build, whether it's amongst each other or with others. That's my whole purpose. And that's how I'm going to continue to keep it. Like I said, it's just going to be some topics that it's going to be a little touchy, but it needs to be had. I don't want anybody to ever feel alienated in this chat or in this family. That's the one thing I don't do. I don't try to make no type of confusion, no headaches, none of that. That's not my plan. That's not why I'm here. I see Miss Queen Blessings. Liz, there you go cartwheeling. It ain't even 10:30 in the morning. You cartwheeling in the chat, girl. Shoot. But that, like I said, I don't want anybody to feel any type of way while they here. Because I ain't trying to cause no division. We got enough of it as it is, like I said. But there are going to be some topics that some people just not going to be able to resonate with. Hey, score blessings. What you mean when I'm doing up, Tay? I'm always up. You know how I do my share early in the morning? Always up. Scorp, what's going on, sis? Bud Files, what's going on, my guy? Top of the morning, everybody that pulled in. Like I said, I'm gonna be building on a few things this morning while I'm sitting out here enjoying this good old air. Um, Another thing I wanted to say, I need everybody's opinion on this, and I do mean everybody. Do you feel depression is a luxury, or do you feel it's a severe problem? Some people actually had the nerve to say it was a luxury, and I don't see how you can say it's a luxury when somebody is battling any type of mental depression. Can't say it's a luxury for some. It's not, because you got those who, if they're that mentally depressed, they ain't gonna even want to get up out the bed and go to work. There's some people who refuse to come outside because they're that depressed. They don't want to be outside in the world. So I need to know, how could that be a luxury? But that's just one thing. Like I said, I need everybody view an opinion on that one. You know, I say that because I'm just going in my bag and I'm scrolling through some things, even on just like on a timeline basis. I'm just scrolling through some things. And I'm thinking about some people that even when they've gotten into this quote unquote wait, we do this today. Oh shit, I gotta put that back up later. Oh well, for fair use. This is a disclaimer, fair use only. I look at it from a standpoint. We have some people who their parents have pushed them into the lion's den because they trying to come up. Now, my thing is, if you know your child has severe mental issues, as far as you know, this is something that they've been diagnosed with since a kid. This is something that you know you've been fighting with to a degree. I don't think you should push them in the lion's den. And some people can't handle all of that pressure, especially when they young. You know, you'll be surprised that you got some kids who are actually mentally disturbed only because of traumatic events. Got some kids who are gonna have certain situations because if they've been born with heavy drugs in their system, oh yeah, it comes with a consequence. If you had your system full of weed, coke, and anything else along those, well, it's not so much as the weed, but the coke in the pills, that's a deadly combination right there. Hey, Hammer, blessings. Hey, Madeline, blessings. I see y'all in there. Y'all already know, hit the like button on the way in. You know, nah, I know. Listen, I know it ain't in my look. In my book, it's not a luxury, but some people think it's a luxury. Some people think because of where they came from that people don't have time to be depressed. That's a whole fucking bold faced lie, because you have people who have been working severely depressed, and hey, they barely don't want to be there. I could get that part, but you can't sit here and say that's a luxury. Because guess what? If that person decides to go into full shutdown mode, you're not even going to be able to get them to fucking go and do the simplest thing, like even go to the bathroom, if that's even what they want to do. Some people will really get that severely depressed. They will not get up to do shit except to go whatever, and that's it. And also, I feel like this: if you know your kid has always had a problem with mental health, again, you shouldn't be trying to push them into a field where you know there's a whole bunch of disturbing shit going on, especially they are still young. I think about all the child actors in particular, and it's not even on celebrities, this is period. I think about all the child actors in particular that could have been fucking fanatic stars. They could have been on top of the world probably, but because of heavy drug use and being around heavy drug use, or just being around any sort of mental disability, you know, some of them they ain't fucking make it far. Some of them really went to the grave hard. No, and that's why I'm saying when you know you have psych issues like that, you shouldn't be pushed into a field where you know it's going to be a whole bunch of shit going on that you know you ain't going to be able to really fathom. And some people probably have gone crazy because of that industry, hence why they've gone to an early grave. Because we don't know what the fuck lies out there. We don't know what really goes on out there. And but for what people do tell us, it do sound like it's a repeated pattern. And some of you parents, you're gonna have to stop trying to fucking feed your kids to the machine, not just for a come up. You want to come up, you better figure out how you come up. But don't put your kid in the lion's den. Just don't. Hey, Bonnie, blessings. Tay, don't even ask that question. That was just something that was stated. So I just wanted everybody's opinion. Don't think it came from me, because it definitely didn't come from me. Because when it comes to any type of mental health and mental disturbance, you can't say that's a luxury when you have people out here that are homeless now that have mental health. You can't say that's a luxury if they can't fucking get themselves right to get back into society. So that's not a luxury at all. All in all, like I said, it's sad because it goes back to what I was saying. You have some people who have pushed their kids into the lion's den before time. I mean, let's go down a list of people who ended up being on drugs because I'm gonna tell you this right now, and this is for you parents that think you're gonna be able to live through your kids. Your kid might not be fucking getting those big breaks like you think. Your kid could be a sensation right now, and in the next 15 minutes, he could be a pastor. So as a parent, you're supposed to understand that, look, if I want my child to even be in this field, he got to be wanting to be in this field. And if he don't want to be in here, I can't force him to do it. Not because I want to come up. Can't do that. Again, this is another form of living through your kids. You think your kid got one of the best talents, and even if they do, if they don't want to pursue that, you shouldn't force them to do it. I think some of these child actors and actresses, they didn't want to fucking get into acting. Some of them already made it clear they didn't want to get into it. But because the parents want to fucking see that big ass check, of course, let me just do it. Let me see what talent my kid got. I'm gonna put him out there. You don't do shit like that. You don't. Oh shoot, no doubt, Angel. I didn't even see you pop in. Blessings though. You know, like I said, everything that you think is gonna be good for you and yours ain't always good. And again, you shouldn't force your kids into a situation where they ain't gonna be able to fucking fathom anything. Can't do that no more. Y'all parents gonna have to understand. If you had a dream, you can still pursue your dream as long as you still able to move around and do whatever. But don't try to live through your kids. If anything, you're supposed to be living for your kids. Period. Now, and that's a fact too. That right there is a fact, Liz. It was frowned upon because they figured, oh, what the hell you got to be depressed for? What the hell you got? There are people who are depressed even if they in the best situations. You don't know what kind of mental traumas they probably are dealing with. And some things are just suppressed in the back of the mind. And when it does come out, it comes out in that form. Some people have put death behind death into a box in the back of their mind. And when it's time to really let that shit out, it's going to come out. You know, it is. That part right there, I didn't understand. Like, how can it be frowned upon when this is something that is happening day in and day out? I think about all of them who really passed away because they was really fighting with an addiction, and nobody was there to help them. And the only people that was there was the people who try to help the addiction. That's it. Once your kid get hooked on any type of drug, especially the hard shit, it's going to be a hard road coming back. And don't let them really have mental health issues because that's definitely going to be them not coming back no time soon. You know. And like I said, for those who popped in, I know Saturday's live was kind of intense. But like I said, these are conversations that are going to have to happen regardless. And again, nobody is against nobody in here because I'm not having that. And again, that's not what I built this platform for. But there are going to be some topics that are too touchy. And again, it's just going to be some things people not going to be able to resonate with. And there's nothing against nobody. But all in all, when it comes to other topics, these topics affect everybody. Mental health affects every fucking body. I don't care what spectrum of the board you're on. It does affect everybody. And for people to try to say that's a luxury, that's not a fucking luxury. That is a fucking curse in itself because you ain't gonna never be able to find out what the real issue is with some people. And even when you get down to the root of it, they done already done lost their fucking mind. So it's not gonna be an easy step or a process for them to come back into normal, to normality. Not gonna be able to happen. You know, like I said, it's just some things that is always going to be a topic of discussion because it does affect everybody regardless. You know, And that's another part too, Liz. You do have that. That is true. Some people are, you know why some people don't say nothing? Because they are scared to say something. Because then here you have some people, what the fuck you need to be depressed for? What the hell is your problem that you what the hell could you be depressed for? You don't know what these people are going through mentally to a degree. And again, if they going through a trauma that they probably suppressed, it's probably coming out now. So you got to be mindful of that. You know, you have to be mindful. And again, if you know your kid has any type of mental or psych issues, you need to be sure that your kid is in the safest places because guess what? Some people might not know what the kid's problem is. And some people actually assume that this is just them lashing out. No, you got to be on point with that. You know, you have to. Because in this scary world right now, guess what? Everybody's going through some sort of pain, losing some sort of, family member due to just ignorance and violence. And some of it could be avoided, especially for those who do have mental health. It could be avoided, but you got to have the right people around you. And if you know these people can't even do nothing, or if you know you can't do nothing with somebody that you know for a fact is having these issues, you're supposed to give them all the help possible. Period. And it's not just medication. Sometimes you're gonna have to see a therapist and talk because it could be something underlying that you might not even need medication for. You just need to really let it out and vent. That's it. It is the truth, though. Yeah, but guess what, Angel? You do have some kids that lash out just for no reason, though. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. Now, some depending on what the issue is. Now, if your kid has mental health and they lash out, it's either 9 out of 10 because they trying to get your attention because they want something. Like prime example, anybody with autism, your child know you know your child can't fully speak. He gonna try to get your attention. He or she gonna try to get your attention at all costs because it's something that they want, and you as a parent got to pay attention to that. You have to because that's almost the form of neglecting your child because you're not trying to see what it is your child is asking for or what they need. You got some kids who lash out because they're not happy with what's going on at home. It's a multitude of ways, but my thing is for some who really have mental health and psych issues, sometimes they gonna lash out if they don't got their medication. Sometimes it's just gonna take a certain situation or a trigger for them to lash out. And that's not their fault. For those who really have those issues that bad, that's not their fault. You know? Hey man, D blessings. See you in here. You know? That's what I'm saying. Parents, y'all gotta start doing a little bit better. You know your kids is going through it in any way, shape, or form. I don't think you should be trying to feed them to the wolves. That's just how I feel about the situation. You know your kid gonna need the best possible help. You try to help them the best ways possible. Because yeah, we know sometimes it's hard to try to balance certain things in life. But when it comes to your kid, you're supposed to have the ultimate balance because this is your child at the end of the day. These are your children. And you don't want to see nothing happen to them outside of them just being happy and trying to live life the best way possible. Now, I appreciate you for dropping those links. I had to pose that question this morning because I heard something. I just looked at it and said, wait, did they really just say that shit? That's a luxury? Coming from where I'm from, you know, we couldn't afford to be depressed, but we still had to pay the bills. That don't mean shit. You got people who got money that have quit their jobs that have been stuck in their house forever and still living in their house because they even if they don't go out, they have people that go and pay their bills for them. So you can't say that's a luxury. That's not a luxury when somebody don't want to come the fuck out their house. When they don't want to be outside in the world amongst people. That's not a luxury. That is a problem. So I say is just some things you got to be mindful on how you say it because even if you trying to convey a certain message, sometimes it's going to get misconstrued. And sometimes it's just going to be outright outlandish, in my opinion, because you can't sit here and say that's a luxury. Just because you're rich and just because you might not be going through none of that shit, that don't mean somebody else next to you ain't going through it. You can have everybody out and about being in this world and still be depressed about something. So that's not a luxury when you have depression that you have to deal with. That's not a luxury at all. Yeah, that part too. That part right there, Angel, is the truth. Because there's nothing worse than you suffering and you don't have nobody in your corner to really help you or try to help you fight that battle. And then if you do have people that's around you, some of them ain't giving two shits because they so busy in their own situations, they don't have time to really sit down and even see what's going on. That's why I said you got to be mindful of the people that you put in your life as friends and family, regardless. Because if I'm going through something, I would expect my main people to say, "Yo, I know you're going through some shit, but bro, you gotta snap out of it." I would expect them to come and at least try to help your brother out because that's the same shit I'd be trying to do. Especially if I know for a fact whatever triggered you, the only thing we gotta do is sit down and just get to the issue and talk about it. Yo, Scotland, salute my guy. How you gonna quote the dog, Scorpio lady? How are you gonna quote the dog? I'm just looking back in the chat too. How you gonna quote the dog, Scorp? Wait, let me see how this question goes out. No, but it's the truth. It's nothing worse than being around people and they not supporting you the way they supposed to be supporting. That goes right there to show you that some people are only all for self. You have some people who will try to make sure you at the top, but guess what? They only gonna want to make sure you at the top because if you fall, they fall. That's why I said you got to be mindful and really know who your peoples are. See, I know right now, if I was out and about right now, in any type of situation in the city, and I'm amongst my peoples that really rock with me, they ain't letting me go the fuck off the deep end. It don't matter. They not letting me go off the deep end, and I wouldn't let them do it neither. Yeah, I had to laugh at that real quick. How you gonna cook the dog, Scorpio lady? You gotta make it make sense, man. But see, that's what I'm saying. Even when it comes to this, see, everybody coming from different spots, but we all having fun. That's what it's supposed to be about. And again, I don't want anybody to ever feel alienated or feel any type of way when it comes to me and my platform, because that's not the way I want it. And that's not the way I'm going to have it. But just think about that, though. Uh, you know, you want to be able to support those, especially if you know for a fact they just going through a little traumatic time. Hey, give them that little support and that love. That support and love goes a long way. And sometimes that'll stop somebody from possibly hurting or killing themselves. Got to think about that too when it comes to depression. Some people ain't gonna say shit. They just gonna do shit, and nobody's gonna know why they did it. And again, to those parents that want to try to live through their kids, you cannot live through your kids. You must live your own life. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. Shit, it's not to be funny at all. But again, You parents need to stop pushing your kids in the lions den, especially if you know they have specific issues that could be a problem somewhere down the line. I'm thinking about that young boy that had that whip, watch me nay nay song. And I've listened to the whole backstory of everything. And it's sad because you feel bad for those who are born with heavy drugs in their system. And then for you to get misdiagnosed with ADHD medication, and that wasn't even your problem. That's another thing. Sometimes these people are being misdiagnosed with the wrong medications for the wrong type of fucking triggers. That's what I'm saying. How do you provide? How do you inject anybody, or how do you give anybody medication that you know for a fact they don't need medication for? So that's a setup sometimes too when it comes to mental health. Because sometimes these doctors do misdiagnose shit and then give you the wrong medication. And then guess what? Once you done started on some of these medications, it's hard to fucking kick that habit or get off of it. Because you're gonna always have a withdrawal, regardless to what. Because you done been using this damn drug for so long now. Yo, Jared, what's going on? Top of the morning, my guy. Like I said, you just gotta take that for what it is. You cannot sit here and think that that's a luxury for somebody who's suffering from any type of psych issues or mental health issues to be thrown to the wolves like that. That's not a good fucking feel or look at all. And if you are a parent, again, you can't live through your kids. You got to live for yourself. You have to do whatever it is God blessed you with, you maintain it. Let your kid figure out their own life, as far as let them figure out what they want to try to be in life. Let them be kids. Don't force them into a situation that you know for a fact have some traumatics, it could have some traumatics afterwards. Now look, you was just on top of the world, and then now you sitting in jail right now for a murder. And he still ain't even take a plea yet, but even still, it just goes to show you. You have people that once they have mental health and once they done already had run-ins with the law, they are gonna always assume that some of these people are doing this purposely, or they're gonna always assume that it ain't nothing you can do. Yes, there is something you can do. If you know these people can't really be in society functioning at that time frame, you have to hold them down and restrain them. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. Because it's sad when you have somebody who was already born with drugs in their system, they already going through a little bit of whatever as it is. You got the grandparents raising them, and then now look, kid done blew up, became something, and then in the same token, some of the success, I think it probably got to him. And that's a fact. Yo, Scotland, that's a whole fact. Like, yeah, we got adults that go through it, but let's think about the kids too who go through it. Those kids always go through it because there's always going to be a different reason on why they had an outbreak or why they lashed out on somebody. You know, it's just something to take into consideration. Exactly, Liz. That part right there. Platty, hey, what's going on? You know, it's just something to take into consideration. You want your kids to be at least as safe as possible in this world. But you can't make them any safer if you push them into the lions den before time. Can't do that. And even if you push them in the lions den, they gotta at least be wise enough to know what they getting themselves into, what to expect, and how to avoid certain dangers. If you're gonna do that, you still have to teach them. And if you ain't gonna teach them nothing outside of just get money, then you are failing as a parent because you are only showing that you only worried about yourself and your well-being. Your child shouldn't have to be forced into anything they don't like doing. And like I said, you had some of these child actors who had spoken about that shit. They didn't want to get into the business at all. But because they parents was so fucking fiend out for that check and trying to get that exposure, of course, this is what happens. It's almost like you making a deal with the devil to a degree. Yeah, you know what? This is how I'm gonna do this. This is how we gonna come up. You gonna do this. You shouldn't do that because you forcing something on somebody, and then now you putting pressure on them that don't need to be put on them. Especially when they're young. You don't need that. You know? Hey, man, blessings. See y'all in there. And that's the sad part too, Scotland. I heard some stuff about that too. Like I said, everybody thinks that look, it's certain topics that are gonna affect everybody because this is something that's going on now. Right now, like I said, mental health is not a whole race card. It's happening everywhere. Everywhere around the world it's happening. Some people are hurting themselves, killing themselves, or just putting themselves in dangers the way they are getting locked up in asylums now. So again, you don't know what kind of traumatic experiences these people are going through, what they have withheld, what they repressed. And now that it's coming to the surface, you're gonna have to figure out how to target it so it don't happen again. You know? You know, I get where you coming from. I remember that Shaq quote with his kids, yeah, because at the end of the day, there's certain things you just have to instill in your kids. And even if it might seem like it's tough, it's actually teaching them and preparing them a lesson for life. But there are some things too that I feel like this you can't knock people neither. Like I'm gonna say this. I just watched something about some people was upset with this guy because his daughter, well, because the guy had his nails painted. His daughter painted his nails. Now I'm gonna say this. This has nothing to do with masculinity at all. If you are lucky enough as a father to be around your child and you are trying to get that bond with your child, no matter what it is your child is trying to do, they are going to want to have that bond with you. And you're not going to be able to just be grumpy and say, no, we're not doing those. You could teach them certain things, but you can't sit here and not try to be a part of your kid's life as much as possible. No, it's not saying spoil them because it's just some things they know for a fact they ain't going to be able to get. But again, it's just some things that you don't do. Like I can't sit here and tell my daughter no if she want to play tea party because the fuck, that's my daughter. At the end of the day, I'm bonding with her. There's nothing you can tell me about that shit. That don't make me less of a man. What make me less of a man is if I know I got kids and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a fucking man. That's what makes me less of a man. So I need some people to understand that too. You got some fathers out there that's going to do whatever they daughters want them to do only because they are getting that bond and that love, and that shit also gives a good fond memory for them when they get older. Despite my grumpy father, he still did certain things with me, or he still did whatever, even though we know is there some things he wasn't into. That right there is just love right there. And you can't knock that and say that that's not masculine enough. So what? It's not like he went outside with the nails. Shit. So I'll be saying it's some things that y'all will take way out of proportion. Oh shoot. I got both Tracy's in the building. Miss Tracy Blessings and Tracy Robin. What's going on, y'all? I'm just saying. They really got things manipulated to a point where you got people looking at certain situations weird and it's not weird. If a man want to play with his daughter as far as we tea party or other shit, let him be. He's building a bond with his daughter. And that's the best bond you can do is build with your daughter or build with your son, regardless. As a man, that's the best thing you could possibly do is build with your kids. Doesn't matter what your kid is into. Building with your kid and spending time with them, that's the best bond ever. Because now you are getting to know more about them. You know? And you gotta respect that because you got some people who ain't even lucky enough to be in their kid's life because of either situations with the baby mother or whatever. So in those situations, you can't knock men for doing what they doing. They spending time with their child. That's what they supposed to be doing. Now, when you get a certain age, or when they get a certain age, that's when you break it down to them. Look, there's some things we just can't do because of whatever. You break it down to them so they understand. Okay, I know I can't get this all the time, but for the times that we do, it's good. You know, you teach them certain lessons, even while you bonding with them. Yo, Eric, what's going on, my guy? See you in the building. Somebody else just popped in here too. Miss T with the T. What's going on, all the beautiful ladies in here? Happy Monday to everybody who just tuned in. You know, but it is going back to what I'm saying though. Some things just play hand to hand. And when you are forcing your kid into a situation that they ain't really prepared for, you setting yourself up for the kill too. Because you don't know what kind of psych trauma it could cause. Like I said, you got some kids who are stage fright. So if you trying to force them to do something along those lines of either acting or whatever, you're not going to be able to force them to do it. And if they just feel that way, just feel that way. Some people are just not comfortable speaking amongst people or just being in front of people. You know, even if you try to give them the encouragement, some people are just going to be scared. So you shouldn't force that on your kids. If you know it's something that they not used to, and they know they not really trying to get into, you how the hell do you force them? No, you got to make that make sense. And I said, just some things you're not going to be able to sit there and overlook. And that right there shouldn't be overlooked. Some of you parents, it's really time for y'all to stop living through your kids. Stop throwing your kids in these lines. Days. Even as of now, we still have this. All these little child actors that should be in school or should just be focusing on being a kid. No, you got them being a grown up before time. It's not right. And I feel you should give your kid an opportunity to live and have a childhood. Because some of these child actors didn't even have a childhood, to be honest with you. How can you have a childhood when you busy on the set or you busy doing this, you busy doing that? You ain't even got time for the people that you really are considering friends. So again, you are taking a part of their childhood. Because this industry you trying to push them in is it's a tiresome industry. And depending on what's what, your kid might not be down with certain shit. Guess what? They won't be getting no break no time soon until they get with the program. So again, you kind of setting yourself up for failure. You setting them up for failure. You're supposed to be setting them up for greatness, if anything. And it is that time, man. It's time. Some of you parents are gonna have to stop doing certain things that you know for a fact ain't no good on either end. Because when it's all said and done, guess what? You gonna be left holding the bag. Now it's a difference if you've been trying to do whatever and your child decides to move a certain direction, then the only thing you could do when they get older is pray that they understand and pray that they wake up before it's too late. But when it comes to other things, you can't force things on them. You can't. That's the worst thing you could do is try to force somebody to do something. Hey, Buddha, blessings. I see you in here. No, think about it. Your kid could be scared as hell right now. Yeah, you're supposed to give them the encouragement and give them that strength. But when you know it's something that they not familiar with, and you know, even if you try to give them the best, if you know they still too scared to do it, you don't push it on them. Period. That shouldn't be the way to go. And then that causes trauma and stresses amongst them because now they feel like they being bullied and pressured to do something that they don't want to do. Again, these kids need to find their own talents, their own niche in life. I don't care if they got every talent from you and the mother. That don't mean they want to fucking follow whatever y'all follow. If my child is the best singer in the world, guess what? If they don't want to sing and they want to be a doctor, they want to be something else, I'm supporting that. Because at the end of the day, it's not about trying to just get the quick dollar. It's not about that. It's about preparing and trying to live the best life possible. And if you got a family, that's the best thing you're supposed to be doing is trying to keep your family intact. You shouldn't have to conform or you shouldn't have to sell yourself short just to try to get something. That's not the way to go. And that's never the good look at the end of the day. It's not. Backyard Farmer, what's going on? I see y'all all in here. For those who just tuned in, y'all already know hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Definitely should be shared because this should be a public service announcement to a lot of y'all parents that are still living on that type of time. You cannot live through your kids because things didn't pan out for you the way that it didn't pan out for you. You got to take whatever God gave you and try to make it work. Let your kids decide whatever it is they're going to do, whatever their niche is, and you support them. That's the best possible thing you can do. Nah, you good, Platty. Trust me, you good. I know you had a long day. Well, shit. You already almost into the new day. You good. And fuck your kangaroos too, Platty. Hey, Honda, blessings. Miss Deborah, blessings. I see y'all in here. Like I said, these are topics right here that need to be discussed. And these are topics that's going to keep being brought to the table. You gotta stop forcing things on the kids that you know ain't right. And just because you didn't get your opportunity, that don't mean you should fuck up their opportunity. And excuse me for saying it like that, but it is the truth. I'm cold-hearted and I'm raw and uncut when it comes to these type of situations. Should nothing be forced on no kid. Nothing. And I mean nothing. Not even an agenda that they trying to push now. Nothing should be forced on these kids. Yes, you educate them, but there are just some things you're just going to have to shield them from until they are old enough to understand what's what. And that's it. Yo, Ryder, blessings, bro. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. You know, that's why I said it's never nothing that you shouldn't do for your child. But then there's some things you're going to have to teach them. And even if it seems like it's kind of cold hearted, they will eventually understand why you did certain things. You can't give a child everything they want because when you spoil them, guess what? Now they're going to want everything they see. Or it's just going to be every chance you get, yo, I want this. Oh, you going to buy me this. No. You got to teach them that there is such thing as value of a hard dollar and all of that. You have to teach them that. You have to teach them respect and boundaries too, because there's some kids who don't have not a damn respect nor a boundary for nothing until something bad happens. Then now you have an issue where the parents want to, oh, but you wasn't in tune with your kid, and guess what happened? And even when some people try to say, oh, you don't know me, you can't tell me this. No, I can't tell you how to be a parent, but I can give you advice on how to be a better parent, or I can at least give you advice on what you're doing wrong at this particular time. But that's going to be up to you to decide if you're going to take that advice. Because I could be giving you the best advice and you trying to be rude about it. If you're going to be rude about it, then guess what? When it does hit hard, you're going to say, darn, that nigga was right. Yeah, I was right. When you messing up, you can't get mad when people are correcting you on shit. Especially if this is dealing with your children. Sometimes you're going to need that. Because what you think you might be doing good, it ain't a good look. That part too. But see, that part comes When again they are old enough to understand and comprehend everything that they need to understand. Because your main focus right now is not even just focusing on for them how to live without you, but the main thing is to have a bond with them and also watch them grow and succeed. That should be everybody's. That should be everybody's thing. I'm building a family. I want to see my family grow. I want to at least be here to make sure everybody is grown. They on their own. They doing what they doing, and that's it. That part too, Liz. They have to listen to that. Some parents are so far off with their kids because they don't even listen to what the kids are saying a lot of times. They don't. Sometimes they can be giving you a clear, direct answer in your face and you overlooked it or you underlooked it because you're only focusing on what to do in this situation when you should just be listening. Yes, we have a mouth to speak, but we also have ears to listen. And guess what? Sometimes you're going to have to listen to your child. Not saying you're supposed to definitely follow whatever they saying, but for the most important part, there's some things you're going to have to follow because that right there is going to keep that bond where you need that. It's going to keep that bond strong and whole. And at least they ain't going to feel like they being pressured or they being, looked away at because of whatever. We got to remember, parents, you was kids at once too. And there's just certain things you don't want for your kids that, just don't want it. Yeah, you're going to teach them certain hard values and hard truths, but everything else you don't want for your kids because if it was already happening to you, you don't want to pass on that cycle. Travis, I don't even know where you came from, bro. But see, I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is one thing we not gonna have when it comes to serious topics. I don't know if you came from somebody's channel or you just popped up out of nowhere. But if you don't have nothing of the sort to say that's going to help with the situation, I don't think you need to say anything in this chat. Sorry to tell you that. Because if you have people like you that come in here and say, I don't need this and I don't need this. So why are you here for? This is not affecting you or concerning you, right? Yep, I know. And the only chump that's ever been in here is the same nigga that don't have a fucking get a life, man. Get a whole life. See, it be people like you, I know for a fact. Somebody gonna end up catching you, bro. I'm just letting you know that. I don't care. Somebody gonna end up catching you. And when they do, I will be the happiest person. Yo, you already know, salute squad. That's what I'm saying, bro. And it's probably the same fucking person. Look, I'm gonna explain this to the troll that's still in here under a million names. If you don't like what's being said, if you don't like what's being done, get the fuck out of here. And if you're not gonna do that, shut the fuck up and watch the show. That's it. Excuse me for the people who are in here that probably shouldn't hear me wilding out like this. But I am raw and uncut when it comes to ignorance too. Don't come in here with that stupidness, man. If you don't need nobody, then you shouldn't be on the internet looking for some sort of trouble. How about that one? Put that one in your book. See, it'd be clowns like you that think that you're really doing something and you're not. Because right now, you probably are one of them that I'm talking about. Psych issues, mental health, and shouldn't be nowhere in society. Hell wrong with you? There always be one dumbass to come in here and say something stupid. Everybody else is in here saying something because they're saying something and it's actually resonating with the topic. You came out of nowhere saying the dumbest shit. If you don't need kids, if you don't need this and you don't need this, right? Why don't you just kill yourself and make everybody's life easier? Why come on here and trying to disturb something? That's a lot of you trolls. What the fuck is your purpose coming on here? If your life is that miserable and that sad, why don't you pick up, and actually go do something with yourself? Apply yourself in life. That's it. Nah, they ain't learned yet, and they gonna keep getting burnt like a blunt every time. Because again, when it come to these type of topics, ain't nobody got time to be fooling around with y'all at all. Like I said, if you don't like what's being said here, don't even bother coming here, because this is Call of Duty. You will be getting frag grenaded and all of that. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna end well, because at some point I'm gonna find out who exactly you are, and I'm gonna be at your doorstep. I'm just letting you know that. And if you think it's a game, try me. There will be a situation where your ass will be scared to come the fuck out. So you can keep trying to troll all you want. But you know you do not want this smoke in any way, shape, or form. Because this is something that you will never recover from. And pass that word on to your troll friends and whoever the fuck else think they coming in here to disturb anything. If you really think you want this smoke, you could try it. But when you get smoked, oh, it's all in the air. It's all in the air. Smoking them troll packs for life. Don't play with me, man. Play lotto. You probably win that before you try to win one on me. Now back to the topic at hand. Again, some of you parents, get on board with your kids, get a good bond with your kids, and make sure you're not pushing them into a direction that's going to be catastrophic. You can't do that. You want your kid to be in a field that you know for a fact it always comes with some sort of course, some sort of whatever. That's not the good look. Stop just worrying about the big money. Worry about your child living life, being educated. Worry about your child living the best life they could possibly live, having a family, just keeping the life cycle and the prosperity going, basically. That should be the most important thing. Yo, Craig, salute, my guy. It's never their day, Craig, because anytime you can sit here and try to troll a topic or even try to be stupid on a serious topic, that's how I know the troll themselves probably got mental health. And I'm going to tell you this right now, Mr. Troll. I really hope you get the help you deserve, man. You really need it, because at some point, it's not going to end up well for you. You're going to eventually have to mosey your way on outside. And when you do mosey your way on outside, you might have a field full of people that might just be looking for you. Just something to think about. Don't think some people ain't doing shit. Because when it's all said and done, you going to be left holding the bag. Hey, Latanya, blessings. I see you in here, sis. See you in here. Again, parents, get that bond and get in tune with your kids the best way possible. And listen to them when they actually talk to you about certain things. It's good to listen to them, because remember, we was kids. We all had the we all had our moments when we just had to sit down and talk. And even if a parent seemed like they didn't want to hear it, they had to hear it. Because guess what? That is what kept us from going on the opposite side of the tracks. Point blank. Hey, so oh shoot, I ain't see you. Well, I did see you the last time, I believe. But blessing some beach. I know exactly where you from though. Blessing, sis. I see you, Vanessa. Blessings. I see y'all in here. Uncle L, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Like I said, just listen to your kids. That right there, a lot of times, will be your best defense, because now you know exactly what to expect and how to protect. Don't let that go over your head. Because if you don't know what to expect, you definitely can't protect your kids from nothing. If you can't even teach them the basic skills that you know you need to teach them, it ain't going to help. And even when it comes down to your kids having mental health or psych issues, if you know they need the help that you possibly can't give them at this moment, you have to do it. Even if you can't do it yourself, you have to find help because you do not want your kid to be another statistic or just looked at funny while they walk in society. Because some people who do have mental health at some point couldn't shake it. And I say they can shake it because if they got the right meds, they around the right type of positivity, they are usually good. But any type of trigger that they know for a fact is harmful, that is what's going to make them lash out too. Been around people like this, worked around people like this. Trust me, I know. Yeah, but you know what it is? It's still almost like how it was back in the day, Liz. Everybody is getting shunned or getting persecuted because of these issues. This is not fucking something that just happened. This shit that's been since back in the golden days of that good book. We know some of it is just demons plaguing the person. Other situations, there ain't no type of demons involved. This is just genetic. Sometimes it happens. But you still got to be on board with it. Because you have people that look at them real funny. And you can't look at somebody funny because of whatever. No. They still human beings at the end of the day. Hey, Artemis, I see you. Blessings, sis. You know? Well, I don't know what's going on. I ain't see the word since I think last night in the chat. Hopefully he good, man. Another good brother, man. See, when I bring up certain topics, I bring it up because guess what? It affects everybody, every household. Again, mental health affects everybody around the world. Everybody. And some of us should not be looking at anybody any differently because at the end of the day, we have all had some sort of depression or some sort of moment where we done blacked out or we just didn't care about shit no more. Or we felt like we was probably going to do something to either ourselves or others. And even for those who don't, that still don't give you a reason to look at somebody down or different because everybody's different and unique in their own way regardless. Some people ain't going to be able to help whatever issues they got. Some people who are able, you still shouldn't look down on nobody because that could be you, that could be your kids. You gotta always look at the outside and you always gotta look at the future. See, I don't just live for the day, I try to live for the future. Fuck that shit. There's just some things I ain't gonna be able to do. And I can never look down on somebody who definitely has any type of mental psych issues. I can't do that. Because that would be like spitting on my mom's and she messed as far as she has dealt with them, worked with them for more than 5 to 10 years of her life. I coming up to the job every other day, especially after the one situation, just to make sure she good. So trust me, I know there's just some things that are not funny, and I ain't gonna never be able to make fun of at all. And I don't think it should be made fun of, period. Not by a troll, not by anybody that's insensitive. And if you feel that's funny, wait till it hits home. I'm so I can tell y'all, wait till it hits home. Hey, Lana, blessings. See you in there. Yo, Vision, salute. Uh-oh, Letitia. Grand Rising Queen. Top of the morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Is he in the building? Did I bypass him? If I did, my bad, good brother. If you shadow hugging, you already know what it is, bro. Don't put that. Don't put that on your kids like that. Don't do that. That's all I can tell you. Don't put that burden and that pain and that stress on your kids. When your kids need to vent and they need to let out certain things, even if they scared, you sit down and you have the patience and you just hear them out. Because for all you know, they could have probably been facing the same thing you faced when you was younger. But it's just a different time era. Remember, there are certain things in life that are always recyclable throughout time. Hate, violence, anger, that's always going to be in the world. There's always going to be revolving doors, different scenarios, so on and so forth. It's a revolving door. But you got to catch half of that shit before it comes back around in order to keep you and your family intact. You're going to have to do that and be on point with it. Vegan Kitty is in here too. Blessings, sis. See you in here. Oh no, the other kitty is in here. Okay, blessings. I got too many of y'all in here. Yo, Josh, salute my guy. Chill, Will. You already, bro. Appreciate y'all all for tuning in this morning. Let's get that word out though. It's an uphill battle when it comes to certain things in life. But you got to be dedicated and you got to have the patience and you just got to also have the common knowledge to know when to break certain things down. And see, mental health can be broken down in a multitude of ways and it could be combated in a multitude of ways. But you also got to make sure that these people are not being misdiagnosed with anything else besides what it is. Because once you put them on a certain medication and they can't get off of that, the effects are not good. You have people that you know that would not do something that crazy under normal circumstance that will do that now. And sometimes you might not even have to prescribe your kid medication. It all depends on how severe the depression and everything else is going. Other than that, you shouldn't be quick to always just put them on the meds neither. Sometimes you got to observe your own child before anybody else can even give you a clear vision on anything. Because you want to at least make sure you are seeing the visibleness of what's going on. If my child is really that depressing, or no, is my child really that aggressive? Is my child really that hurtful? What's going on? I gotta find out. And I don't care how much it would have took. I'm going to find out the best way possible. And the repeated patterns also, let me tell y'all this. The repeated pattern that's always going to be in this world is the fact that it's always being looked down at for people who have those type of problems. At some point, a lot of y'all should have sensitivity and should just have common knowledge. You know, there's just some things that, guess what? Even if you lucky to escape it, your future, your future kids or your grandkids might not be able to escape whatever it is you marked. If you marked everybody who has mental health issues, don't be surprised when it happens in your family too tough. Because now you're going to have another uphill battle and you're going to want that help. I'm sorry, but there's no way you can expect anybody to be on your level and try to help you when you just did the opposite. You didn't even try to help. A helping hand goes a long way sometimes. And when it comes to situations like this, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to band together regardless, because this affects everybody again. MLW, what's going on? Don't overlook a situation and definitely don't underlook it. Give your child the best help possible, and then you try to build and move forward strong from there. And again, you shouldn't be pushing your child into the lion's den before time. And if you're going to do that, you need to either be with them or you need to inform them on how to maneuver and how to get around certain situations before they get got. That's all I can tell you. Because we already know the agenda is for the kids. They want the kids so badly. So yet and still, you got yours, you better do what you got to do. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Everybody is hip to the game now. At least everybody that's here, y'all hip to the game already. There are certain things that are going to be combated, and everybody's going to have to form a stand up together because it's becoming too much now. And in this time age, no, you'll need more awareness, more education, and definitely more compassion than ever before. Because some of this stuff is too spooky as it is. And when it's all said and done, it's going to get even spookier for a smaller time frame. But I believe that there's an underlying happy road coming after the war. It's going to be a beautiful night for everybody. It's a beautiful sight too, because half of the stuff that we've been trying to put, that we've been trying to get rid of in this world since the beginning of time, will be no longer a thing, and that'll be the happiest thing ever. That's just my all in all opinion on it. I just all in all feel when we get together on these right type of things, yeah, it definitely shaped the way the world is now. So some of y'all come to that conclusion, it's just going to be another uphill battle that's not going to be won. Again, it's just time for y'all to get in tune with your kids. Do the best things possible. Nicole, what's going on, sis? Top of the morning. And another thing that shouldn't be overlooked is, again, mental health. Shouldn't be overlooked nor underlooked. Just something to think about for the morning. You think about it. Some of these people are definitely, they definitely still could have been, you know, on top of their game, or even a bigger sensation as far as like these was good people, but because of all of the drugs that surrounded them, you know, happens because of mental health, because alcoholism. So a lot of different reasons why some people do suffer from mental health too. And that part right there, I know for a fact, some people are going to suffer from mental health, or they're going to have some sort of psych trauma at some point. Because if you have, again, heavy drugs in your system, that ain't shaking out your system that quickly. Not no cocaine, not no pills, not none of that. Especially if it's coming from either one or if both parents is on it. Trust me, that's another form of disaster. So whatever kids are born into the world as far as from drug induced labor, whatever the case is, guess what? Half of them are going to have some sort of disformity or disability. It's sad to say, but it is true. Because if both parents are heavy on the drugs, that child doesn't have a chance. Hey, Tam Tam, blessings, top of the morning. Little Mario, what's going on, my guy? Top of the morning to everybody that pulled in. It gives you a lot to think about, though. Again, if these people both are on drugs heavy, and they bring a kid in the world, that kid doesn't really have a chance as far as normality. And if they do, that's just by the grace of God, because at some point, God even sees something great in them. But a majority of the times, it don't be the case, and it's a sad notion. Multiple ways why people are suffering from psych issues or mental health issues. But the main thing, like I said, if you're going to try to push your kid into something good, we do have some success stories. Some people who we know for a fact have had certain traumas as a kid they still battling with to this day. But with the right medication, even if they ain't taking the meds, just by being around the right environment, and all in all, just being aware of who they are and what their problem is, shoot, a lot of them are successful now. We got those who know for a fact they ain't gonna never be able to help that they got it or that it's happening to them. But we as a damn community, we ain't supposed to down look them neither. It's not the way to go. Really ain't. It's something to think about, y'all. I wasn't gonna keep y'all all morning. Definitely wasn't. This is the type of topic that can be broken down in so many different levels. But I just felt like I needed to pose that. And for those who just came in, I need y'all opinion on this. Do y'all believe that depression is a luxury or a serious problem? I already got the answer for some of y'all that was already in here. But for those who just popped in, I want to see y'all opinion on this too. See, what I like here is the fact that everybody, regardless of what topics is going on, these are topics. Everybody has a different accord, a different background, a different story. But when it comes to specific topics like this, oh, no, that affects everybody. This one affects everybody because you have some people who will literally push their kids just for the benefit of themselves and the family. But then again, look how you doing it. If my kid is uncomfortable doing something, if I know my kid has a severe problem to where I know at some point he's not going to be himself or she's not going to be herself, and they around, no, I'm not going to push them into the wrong influences. It's like me pushing my kid into an orgy party or something like that. Why would I do that? So I'm saying there's some things you have to make sense. This right here is something that's going to affect everybody. And again, everybody's going to have to band up. Everybody has a different answer and a different conclusion, right? Or everybody just has different answers, but the same solution. And that same solution is that this is something that's always going to be going on too. And at some point, y'all gotta have sensitivity for all of this. There's some kids that can't help what's going on with them either. And you have people that will continuously try to bully. And I feel that is a messed up thing to even do. Or you just want to push them into something. And it's not to say that they don't have talents either, because they are still human beings. Let's not get that shit twisted. But if you want to push them into something that you feel could help them, even if it's to help them build their own character, then you do it the right way and the smart way as a parent. Don't just push them out because you want that damn check. And some of y'all are notorious for that shit. Exactly, bro. And that's the sad part. Not going to just say anything. Again, some of y'all going to have to visibly check your child as far as looking at them, peeping at them, just to see what's going on. Because again, you could overlook something and it could be a good, I'm going to say a good little small time frame before they go through a traumatic experience where they shut down. And then they ain't even going to want to talk to you. And that's something every parent should be scared of. When their kids are completely trying to block you out, there should be no disconnect between you and your children. There should be no disconnect, period. But society is trying to plague everybody to think that you need to be medicated if you have a psych issue. You need to be medicated if you no. Sometimes you just gotta literally get down to the bottom and the core root of everything and see what makes them trigger sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna have to do that. Like when one of my peoples found out his brother didn't like sounds like this, like prime example, those cars with them firebacks. Like there's no need for that shit to be sounding like gunshots early in the morning. That's a car. Those used to trigger him to fuck off, even when he was on his meds. So that just goes to show you, everybody's built different. And that's why I say you shouldn't even be looking at that. You should not be looking down at nobody at all about any of these type of problems. And if you are, then there's something definitely wrong with you. Some kids, they're gonna be hyperactive. Some kids might actually have mental health issues that they not gonna be able to fucking perform as far as working. They might be getting a check for the rest of their life. It's a lot of different factors. But again, when you start sitting here and you downing people, or you trying to throw them in the lion's den and not try to at least guide them the right way, you are fucking up as a parent. You know your child going through some shit, even if you are trying to push them in the right direction, push them in the right direction the right way. Don't just be selfish because you worried about the overall long haul. No, you're supposed to be worried about your child being happy while they doing what they doing. And if they don't want to do it, you're not supposed to force them to do it. It's just that simple. Like I said, it's crazy in this time frame that some people still don't get the notion that you cannot force kids to do stuff that you know they ain't gonna be able to do at this point. You wait until they get a certain age and then you build from there. Your kid want to be a doctor, he want to be a lawyer, technician, whatever. Let him do it. Because like I said, you do have some success stories. We all ain't built to be the same. And I think that's why I said it's a beautiful thing that everybody is unique in their own way. Just because you different don't mean you're supposed to show indifference at all. Don't let that go over your head neither. Because I got people from all aspects and all angles. And guess what? I don't treat not a near one of them no different. Rather I'm joking, cutting ass, doing whatever. I treat them the same way accordingly. Because these is people that regardless to what, something try to go down, them niggas right there. Hey, Tanya, blessings. Top of the morning. Top of the morning to everybody that popped in. Scorpio lady, we ain't listening to you right now. We blame you. Because how you gonna quilt your dog? Answer that question. I'm gonna come in here cutting up now. How you gonna explain to me how you gonna quilt the dog up again? What you gonna put him in a little beanie bag? Let me know. Let me know. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. Stop playing. It's too early in the morning. Still love you, baby. But yet I digress. Take that into consideration. Just because everybody is different don't mean it should be indifference at all. Shouldn't be. When it comes to mental health, that's something that's always going to be a topic of discussion. Because until it starts getting a little better and a little brighter, we always have that notion. You're going to always have that problem. What, Liz? What you mean? What happened now? What I do? What did I do? I'm only asking Scorpio lady how she planning on quilting the dog together. Wait, I want to know what she gonna put him in a sock bag. Wait, I need to know this. It's up to then. I ain't know you could quilt the dog. I know you can walk a dog, shave a dog, wash a dog, but quilt the dog? See, I could be lighthearted to these situations as far as laughing, only because this was a serious topic, and despite whatever, it sounded like I was on militant mode. I know, but this just goes to show you the dedication that is there. I'm just sick of seeing certain things, period. And I feel until those things change, there will be awareness to it. There might be new things that people might not be aware of. Hey, here for it. You always be waiting for that contagious laugh. Scorp, yeah, don't laugh. Because you still gotta explain to me how you sew a dog up. Until you tell me that, I don't know. I'm but again, y'all, like, don't let nothing I said this morning go over your head. And don't let it not resonate either. It's time to start building a better, strong bond and a better connection for the better protection of these kids. And parents, you're gonna have to start really taking hold and observing your children. Even in their little day-to-days, you're gonna have to do that. Because sometimes, even if you spot something that don't seem normal, at least you could try to get the help possible. And if you diagnose it when you're supposed to, you can get a clear view of what's going on with your child. And it possibly don't have to lead to them having to take medication for life or just being out there being loopy. And don't think you're gonna be getting this contagious laugh all the time, damn Liz. Until you stop cartwheeling in my damn chat rooms, I ain't laughing no more. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm tired of this. What kind of bees make milk? I don't know. I'm gonna attempt that. I don't know. I'm lost on that one. I'm lost on that one, Craig. You got me. Stop cartwheeling, man. Stop cartwheeling for real, man. Ah, shit, Craig. Damn, you done caught me with one. I ain't fucking with y'all this morning. It's too early. What you mean I ain't tired? No, I'm well rested. And I got the day off, so why would I be tired? I am hungry though. I need some ideas, at least until I decide to cook dinner later. Nah, I know, bro. I know you good, son. I know. Like I said, hope the little man feel better. Trust me. That's for everybody. Again, that dude need that healing prayer. You need it. It's here. Trust me. I just want everybody again to be happy and healthy and prosperous for 2023, and that is the truth. Scorpio lady, you should be tired. You still ain't tell me, man. I need you to put this in the chat. How did you quilt the dog? You gotta make that make sense, baby. I'm gonna need you to make it make sense, baby. It's all love, though. If you can quilt the dog, and I know you can quilt some trolls, I'm gonna definitely need you on my side, young lady. Front and center. Always remember when you put the higher power first, though, and you move in accordance, even when there are certain things that occur, you have to be ready for everything. And you definitely have to make sure the key thing is never lose that bond and never lose that structure, not with your family. Because if the structure crumbles, you can't continue any type of prosperity. You can't continue any type of love. And prosperity ain't always just money. Just just having the life cycle going amongst the family. That's the most prosperous thing you can do. Keep it going. I know, Scorp. I know. And again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I just had to pose that question, but I also had to put a little bit of whatever in there because I just feel like this. You have some success stories, and then you have some that's not so successful. But you would want to try to see more of the upside of things. And then there are things that they are never going to promote. Anything that's good, that they know for a fact will spark interest in certain people, they ain't going to show it. So that's why you just have to be in tune with what you can be in tune with. Platty, you should wait a minute, Scorp. You asking me if I'm tired? She should be sleeping. She's in the future. She's in the whole future. She's already in Tuesday. She should have been asleep. Nah, it's all good. Let it go to show you sometimes. You can insomnia be real sometimes. And sometimes when you're a night owl, shoot, you ain't going to sleep during the day. Me personally ain't going to sleep during the day because there's too much dead construction going on. Once it get quiet though, I'll be trying to go to sleep again. Yeah, you should try to get you some sleep, because don't worry, at some point, who knows? I think Club Nate might be open tonight. I don't know. I don't need no cartwheels in the chat. I need a one in the chat. That's all I need. If not, I am going to come back with a part two. Because again, I do not feel that anything involving mental health should be taken lightly. And it shouldn't be judged and it shouldn't be laughed at. I stand on that one. I just told you no cartwheels, and you still going to cartwheel in here. That's it. I'm not laughing no more until you stop cartwheeling. I'm dead serious. I don't care who said anything funny now. Got me tight. Told your ass not to cartwheel. Still over here cartwheel. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in this morning, though. And if you was just late to the show, catch the replay. You know, when it comes to these topics, it could always be broken down. And I don't know, I might do an open panel. Who knows? Don't be laughing over here. It ain't funny, Liz. It ain't funny. You want to stop with your shenanigans, you leprechaun. Nah, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. See, you free to be you. But still, you can't be cartwheeling. What, you in the church? You cartwheeling in the church? Can't do that. You gonna hit the pastor? You gonna hit the fucking? You gonna hit the collection plates? Everybody. What you doing? What you doing? Come on, baby. Scorp, did you just try to cartwheel too? Trying to support her? Don't hurt yourself, baby. Still love y'all, man. Still love y'all. Still love you. Oh shit, Platty, you ain't. Yo, I ain't messing with you. I am not messing with you. Y'all starting up all the madness, but it's all good. It's all good. Never mind, Liz. I ain't messing with you. Yeah, I ain't messing with you. I could picture you trying to do that though, but oh man. Then we got Angel with her dance dress on. She got a freakum dress on basically. So yeah, I know what it is tonight. Yeah, I'll be open. I'll set a time reminder for that one. I might come back with another live before that one. I don't know. But I think I covered this morning because I got most of the answers from all of y'all. So everybody gonna have a different view and opinion on certain things, you know. That right there, that's not luxury. That's heartache and headaches. Nah, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back tonight. I ain't coming back. No club night tonight. Nah, everything closed. Everything closed. See, Craig, you messed up today. You messed up. Yo, are we serious this morning? I just want to know because I'm looking at all y'all right now. See, I'm actually looking at the phone now. Are we all serious this morning? You know what? I think I'm taking the vacay. It's over. Flatty, fuck your kitchen and fuck your couch. Fuck your kangaroos. Fuck your backyard. I ain't checking nothing. I ain't checking nothing. I ain't coming back. You know what? I'm going to sleep. I'll see y'all tomorrow. To avoid all the madness and to avoid being blamed for any type of unwanted stuff for 2023, going to sleep. Nah, I already know shit. Nah, it's funny though. It's funny though. Yeah, see, you got y'all laugh this morning. That's what y'all wanted. Y'all thought I was just gonna be militant all morning. Nah, I ain't that. What's good, my guy? You already. Well, like I said, when it comes to mental health, that's nothing to be overlooked or underlooked or laughed at. And like I said, just because you might be different, that don't mean you should have or be going through any type of indifference. You are still a human being. So, like I said, this is a topic that can be broken down into multiple factors. At some point, it will. Just wanted to see what was going on with y'all. Yeah, because you already halfway in next year, Platty. I can't talk to y'all future people no more. You all the way on. Don't talk to me no more. You all the way on the other side. Matter of fact, let me know what it is over there. Yo, Liz, you ain't gonna do that shit. I know you ain't gonna do it. Watch, I'm gonna delete all them comments. I'm like, oh, get out of here. Snipe. I'm being petty this week. That's not play. I ain't gonna be petty. But now, you know what? I'm gonna see what time I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably do this open. I'm gonna try to do an open panel, but I doubt it. Something I was going to plan on doing besides the music tonight, and I think I am going to do a little something different. A little something different. I'm gonna figure this out though. The evil laugh has come back. Like I said, and you're gonna lose, Platty. That's the sad part. I might actually drink all y'all under the table. Now I'm trying to avoid that. Oh damn, I should go. No, no, no. See, you was about to get me started. See, hey dog, you have a blessed day too. Hopefully we see you later on. Club Nate will be open. Get your dance shoes ready. Nah, I'm not. I'm gonna be laughing at y'all. Be laughing at y'all. I got lungs of steel. And if anything, I ain't gonna subject y'all to that. But you will be high. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. You will be high. Because don't think it ain't coming with a consequence. Welcome to Jamaica, where all of your dreams will come true. Oh man. Oh shoot, Platty over here trying to take advantage. I seen it. I seen it. Platty laughing because she knows the truth. Y'all will all be drunk. And I can't do that. Because who gonna drive home? It ain't me. That's what I want to know. Who driving home? Liz, you got the Uber? You got the Uber? Just think about it. This is something that is always going to be covered because it affects everybody. Mental health and any type of drug addiction affects everybody. And I mean everybody. Ain't no slumber party at my house. Who you talking about? Wait, Scorp, who you talking about? Who making you crazy? Did you mean y'all or somebody? Wait. Oh, y'all. Never mind. Never mind. I see what you're talking about. I'm like, who job? I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm gonna set these reminders, or if not, I'm just gonna set one reminder because I already feel like I'm gonna see a bunch of cartwheels from nowhere. No, but when you said it, I didn't know if you meant y'all or Ja. That's what I'm saying. What the I misread it, Scorp. I misread it. What I didn't misread? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh yeah, Jaman. Yeah, man. That's what y'all want to be doing tonight, Jaman. But y'all go ahead and be great. If you was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay gang. Shout outs to the shadow watchers. Y'all already know what it is. For everybody that was in attendance, whether you was new here or not, appreciate y'all for tuning in. And you know, like always, love is always love whenever y'all in here. Y'all ain't have to be rocking out, but you did. When it comes to these type of topics, we're gonna always have a platform that's going to be about them talks. Definitely appreciate y'all again. Y'all go be great. And somebody make sure they save me an extra dinner plate. I'll definitely set the reminders. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.